Okay, so we're gonna switch gears. I am going to pass out the steps for you guys, but I'll also pull it up on the screen for our circle activity. Are we ready? Yeah. So you are going to, in your circles, analyze and give feedback about your own synthesis essays. We looked at the example one, and now we're looking at our own. So kind of like we did with the big, huge circle one, I want you to read the whole essay every time, and you're going to be scoring it each time just on like general kind of impression as the whole thing. So still give it like that holistic score we're talking about. But as far as the feedback that you're looking at, I want you to zoom in on one aspect at a time of those 5 elements of the rubric, okay? So even though you're giving it a holistic score every time, just like, okay, this is a, 5 or whatever, the feedback that you're writing down is focused on round 1 will be about the claim, round 2 will be about the development, right? So we're looking at those pieces of the rubric that we talked about, okay? Does that make sense? Yeah? Hello? Okay, cool. So on the back side of everybody's packets, you should have the sources, right? And the back side of it's blank, yes? So everybody take your essay, flip it over, is the back side blank? Yeah? That's where I want you to write your feedback. So you're gonna write down round 1 and put your notes for round 1 there, okay? And then that way it'll be like passed around with the essay. One little piece of feedback that I got from you guys last time was that you liked the circle thing, but it was kind of hard to like navigate where everybody's notes were, yeah? So hopefully this is a little bit clearer. Cool. Okay, so first things first, take your essay and pass it to the left. And on the back side of their essay where it's blank, I would like for you to write down round 1. And then draw a little underline under it. And everybody look at what round 1 is asking you to focus on. So it's either in front of you or on the screen, wherever your brain is happy. You guys with me? Yeah? What questions do you have about what you're looking at for round 1? Zero questions about what you're looking for? Okay, and then when you're writing your feedback, you'll write it on the back side, but use some of those starters as far as like how to dig into it. So when you're looking at the claim, you have to think about how did all those body paragraphs kind of like link back to it, or how effective were they in doing that, okay? So the feedback for round 1 might be a little bit shorter than some of the other ones because you'll have more like body paragraph stuff for the other ones, okay? So go ahead and read their essay, focus on the claim.
Where you like start off and say as though this, but
We're doing like 2 open things, like 2 big topics that you can go different ways with. That's more of an open.
And the counter argument would be like, or like they say, like the other side in there.
Read the section that says what round 2 is about. You're talking about development. So if you're done with round 1, then give it the score, pass it to the left, and then you will be looking at what those points are of development for each body paragraph and how well they did that, right? Because that's the qualifier that they used, was how well developed was each point. So if you're reading round 2, you still have to look at the claim, but now your focus for your feedback is on the development of their argument points, okay? So remember to kind of switch gears. Even though you're reading it all, you're giving feedback on one part. Does that make sense? Okay, so yeah, if you're done with round 1, go ahead and...
Are we supposed to score them like based on the whole essay, or we
Yeah, just like initial impression. Yep.
When we're being scored on like the actual exam, does only one person score it, or do they like go
It's
through
a
and take an
combination.
average?
It's usually you have at least 3 people read your essay, but they usually agree, and then you'd only bring in another person if there was like a discrepancy.
Oh,
There's like extensive training to even get to be a scorer, so they all like spend a day calibrating, where so that they're all like reading the question the same way and that kind of stuff. And then if there's like somebody that's drastically off, then they bring in another person and like mentor them.
Oh,
It's kind of cool. I want to do it.
yeah. Is it like hard to become one?
Not really. You have to have taught AP for a while, which I have, but it's like you leave for like a week. It's like a week-long thing where you're just reading essays. So normally it's been on the same weekend that we do our dance camp, so I haven't been able to go. But this year it's not, so I'm gonna try to make it. But you have to like apply. They moved the camp, yeah. So you have to apply for it though. So we'll see. Be cool.
Do you get paid to do it?
I don't think so. But it would be interesting, you know?
Yeah.
They are trained in, like, it usually takes probably 30 seconds to, like, get it. But I mean, I read your essays in, like, a
When you
minute.
say we also have like basic symbols, are you talking
So
about?
if I'm just doing a score, and then I, like, it. You know what I mean? So I can give you feedback, but they're not
I'm
writing.
gonna look up the things.
We don't do anything, you know? You get good at it, the more you do.